Sdorica Sunset is a match-stuff RPG that tries to do something a little special with the genre. The generally described genre of matching games is a very broad category. Matching similar colours to achieve some kind of effect or victory is a game as old as time. However, Sdorica pairs this with a story-based RPG experience directly tied to the matching games. Starting as many anime-based games do, you start in the very distant future, going through a tutorial section, only to be then propelled back in time to the very beginning of the story. A military officer meets a giant tiger, as well as, luckily, a talented magic user, fully rounding out your party. Combat plays out by swiping at least 2 of the same coloured balls along the bottom section of your interface. As you swipe over them, you're made aware of the total damage dealt by your attacks, depending on the colour. Each of your characters possesses different strengths and abilities activated by these coloured balls. Swiping over at least 4 of the balls activates an upgraded form of the attacks, allowing you to strategically plan your attacks based on where you need them. As each ball floats in a line from the side, you can strategically plan out your battle plan, so that, like for example when you know you need to attack at a hard time, try to sync up the colours properly when you need them. As to the combat itself, the overland map is confusing to the extreme. There's extraneous menus, UI icons, and weird stuff everywhere, so it starts to leave you confused beyond belief. Luckily though, except for leveling up your individual characters, there's not much you need to pay attention to with the rest of the level. It's the combat levels themselves that are the important thing. The story everything is based on is in-depth and decently well written. There are a lot of cutesy moments, anime-esque expressions performed by the characters, and they're animated beautifully, with nice little details constantly hidden within. The detail of the story is, though, a bit silly, and it's very common to anime storylines, but that doesn't make it bad per se, it just makes it silly. The gameplay is strong, the visual effects and animation pleasing, and consistently engaging, so much so that you find yourself not properly reading the descriptions of the text of the writing, instead focusing on the moving characters, silly dances, and emotions they're expressing oh so beautifully. It might be best if it were a bit clearer exactly how you can predicate the meta in Sdorica, but overall the gameplay is consistent enough to be enjoyable without too much frustration. Sdorica Sunset is an especially decent game, with a good blend of both tactical combat and colour matching gameplay. Assuming you're looking for some decent story-based game that manages to blend its gameplay elements well, you likely won't go wrong with Sdorica Sunset.